Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've been keeping an eye on the firearms world this year, you know pistol caliber carbines are absolutely blowing up. These things pack handgun ammo into a rifle platform, giving you better control, tighter groups, and way more fun at the range, whether you're ringing steel in competition or just want something solid for the house. Today we're counting down the 10 best PCCs you can grab in 2025, from wallet-friendly workhorses to space-age race guns that feel like cheating. I've spent serious trigger time with every one of these, so let's jump right in, starting with number 10. Kicking things off at number 10 is the Hi-Point 995 TS, and before you start typing in the comments, just give me a second to make my case. I'm not saying it's the prettiest girl at the dance. In fact, it looks like it was designed by a committee of cinder blocks. But for roughly the cost of a nice steak dinner for two, maybe $350 out the door, this thing is an absolute tank. I've got buddies who've dumped literal thousands of rounds through theirs, everything from steel-cased Tula to boutique hollow points, and it never once hiccuped. The blowback system is as basic as it gets, no fancy delays or pistons, just a big, heavy bolt that slams home and keeps on trucking. That 16.5-inch barrel wears a 1 in 10 twist, which means it'll spin stabilize anything from 115 grain plinkers to 147 grain subsonics without complaint. Yeah, it's tipping the scale at 6.25 pounds, so it's not winning any ultralight backpacking awards, and the ergonomics feel like they were sketched on a napkin. But Hi-Point throws in a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty, and I've seen these things survive being run over by trucks on YouTube. If you're brand new to the PCC game or just want something that'll sit in the safe and go bang every single time you need it, this ugly duckling is secretly a swan in disguise. Sliding up to number 9 is the Ruger PC Carbine, and this one's like the Swiss Army knife your dad wishes he had in the 80s. The star of the show is the takedown feature. Twist a collar, pull the barrel, and the whole rifle splits into 2 chunks shorter than your average laptop bag. Throw it in a backpack, hit the trail, reassemble in under 30 seconds, no tools, no fuss. Then, when you're ready to rock, you can swap between Glock magazines and Ruger's own SR series mags faster than you can say commonality. The cold hammer forged barrel is fluted for heat dissipation and wears a protected front blade with an adjustable ghost ring rear, so even if you're running irons, you're ringing steel at 50 yards all day. The stock is polymer, which keeps the weight manageable at 7 pounds, but it does give off that hollow, toy-like vibe when you shoulder it. The Picatinny rail up top is generous until you start stacking a light, laser, and optic. Then it gets cozy real quick. Trigger's serviceable, not match grade, but for $650 street price, you're getting a carbine that plays nice with whatever pistol you already own, stores like a dream, and shoots way tighter than its price tag suggests. If versatility and packability are your love language, this Ruger is speaking it fluently. Number 8 is claimed by the Palmetto State Armory AKV, and if you've ever drooled over an AK but wished it ate cheaper ammo, welcome home. PSA took the long-stroke gas piston that's been keeping Kalashnikovs running since the Cold War, scaled it down to 9mm, and stuffed it into a stamped receiver that feels indestructible. They feed it CZ Scorpion magazines, so if you already have a Scorpion pistol, you're laughing. Same mags, same muscle memory. The 16-inch barrel gets a nitride bath inside and out, which means you can leave it in the truck bed through a monsoon and it'll still look brand new. Controls are pure AK. Safety's right where your thumb lives. The paddle mag release is glove-friendly, and the whole package weighs in at a sturdy 6.8 pounds, giving you that planted, confidence-inspiring feel when you're banging away on a plate rack. Customization options are a little thin compared to AR-based platforms. The handguard has some MLOK slots, but you're not turning this into a Christmas tree of accessories. Still, at $850, it's priced like PSA accidentally left a digit off the tag. If you want that legendary AK reliability without the shoulder-bruising recoil of 7.62, the AKV is your huckleberry. At number 7, we've got the CMMG Banshee MKGS, and this is where things start getting spicy. CMMG said hold my beer to traditional blowback and rolled out their radial delayed system. Tiny cam pins in the bolt delay unlocking just long enough for pressure to drop. Then everything cycles smoother than a hot knife through butter. The result? Recoil that feels half what it should, especially with it screwed on. The 8-inch barrel keeps the overall length stupid compact, perfect for home defense transitions or scooting around a 3-gun stage. The mil-spec trigger breaks at a crisp 4.5 pounds, and the whole gun tips the scale at 5.7 pounds unloaded. You can literally run it one-handed without looking like a tryhard. CMMG's ARC magazines are proprietary, which means they're $25 a pop and you'll want spares, but they feed like greased lightning. You're looking at $1,400 to get in the door, and yeah, that's a chunk of change, but the first time you dump a mag in under 2 seconds and the dot never leaves the A-zone, you'll understand why people are calling this the future of PCCs. If you compete or just hate getting beaten up by your own gun, the Banshee is worth every penny. Sliding into the 6th spot is the CZ Scorpion Evio 3S1 Carbine. And this thing is what happens when Eastern European engineers decide to show the world how it's done. Born from a military subgun program, it's got DNA that traces straight back to soldiers running room to room in places most of us only see on the news. Every control is fully ambidextrous. Mag release, bolt catch, safety, all mirrored, so lefties finally get to play without flipping the gun upside down. The charging handle is non-reciprocating and folds flat, so it never smacks your optic or your knuckles. The 16.2-inch barrel wears a recessed target crown that protects the rifling from dings, and the 1-in-10 twist keeps both 115-grain screamers and 147-grain hush puppies on target out to 100 yards. The upper receiver is aluminum for rigidity. The lower is polymer, but beefy enough to survive being used as a blunt instrument. Aftermarket support is massive. Handguards, braces, trigger packs, you name it. The only real downsides are the proprietary magazines and the $1,200 price tag. But if you're willing to commit to the CZ ecosystem, you're getting a carbine that feels custom-built for your hands the first time you pick it up. Halfway through the countdown at number 5, the Sig Sauer MPX struts in like it owns the place. And honestly, it kinda does. Sig took their short-stroke gas piston, the same tech that keeps their MCX rifles running in the sandbox, and shoehorned it into a 9mm package. Carbon stays in the gas block instead of gunking up your bolt, so you can shoot 1,000 rounds suppressed and still wipe the receiver clean with a paper towel. The gas regulator flips between normal and suppressed settings with a coin, and recoil is so tame you'll forget you're shooting a carbine. The upper is a monolithic chunk of aluminum with a full-length rail, so your red dot or LPVO sits rock solid no matter how hard you transition. Controls are true ambidextrous. Bolt release, mag release, safety, everything works both sides without adapters. The 16-inch barrel uses SIG's own rifling profile that somehow makes 147-grain subsonics group like match ammo. Street price hovers around $2,200, and the mags are $35 each with spotty availability. But if you want a PCC that runs flawlessly after being buried in beach sand or frozen in a snowbank, the MPX is the gold standard. Number 4 is the Kriss Vector, and the first time you pull the trigger on one of these, your brain will file a formal complaint with physics. The Super V recoil mitigation system redirects the bolt's energy downward into a spring instead of backward into your shoulder, so muzzle rise is basically non-existent. You can dump a 25-round mag of 45 ACP and the dot barely twitches. It's offered in 9mm, 10mm, and 45, so you can match whatever pistol you carry. The stock folds to the side, collapsing the overall length to under 27 inches, perfect for trunk guns or airline travel with a hard case. The handguard is MLOK ready. The trigger is short and crisp, and the whole package looks like it was designed by Tony Stark after a Red Bull binge. Downside: it's a hefty 8 pounds, so it's not the gun you want for a 10-mile hike, and at $1,800 plus $25 mags, it's definitely a treat-yourself purchase. But for pure, unadulterated fun on the range or lightning-fast stage times, the Vector is in a league of its own. Cracking the podium at number 3 is the B&T APC-9 Pro, and if James Bond needed a 9mm carbine, this would be it. Swiss precision is the name of the game. Every part is machined to tolerances that make Rolex jealous. The hydraulic buffer system turns cycling into a gentle whisper, even with the hottest ammo. The handguard is fully modular with MLOK at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock, so you can hang a light, laser, and foregrip without anything rattling. Ambidextrous controls are standard. The charging handle folds flush, and the 16-inch barrel is cold hammer forged with a tri-lug adapter for quick suppressor swaps. Weight is a featherweight 5.9 pounds, so it shoulders like a feather after a day of drills. It's been torture tested from Arctic circles to desert-proving grounds and never missed a beat. The catch? $2,800 and import restrictions mean you'll be refreshing dealer pages like it's a sneaker drop. If you can find one and you've got the budget, the APC-9 Pro is the definition of buy once, cry once. Runner-up at number 2 is the Daniel Defense DDM-4 PDW. And this is what happens when a company famous for battle-ready ARs decides to dominate the PCC world. They start with their cold hammer-forged, chrome-lined barrel, but shrink it to 7.5 inches of pure aggression. The bolt carrier group is purpose-built for 9mm with an enhanced extractor and heavier buffer to tame the snappy cycle. Controls are pure AR, 15, safety, mag release, charging handle. Everything falls exactly where your muscle memory expects. The handguard is MLOK with a full-length top rail. The grip is Daniel's own rubberized goodness, and the stock collapses to make the whole package under 25 inches. Accuracy is stupid good. I've shot sub-MOA groups at 50 yards with Federal HSD. The lifetime warranty is the cherry on top. At $2,400 and 5.8 pounds, it's not the lightest or cheapest, but if you already run Daniel Defense rifles and want a PCC that feels like it was built by the same hands, this is the one that'll have you selling your other carbines. And finally, wearing the crown for 2025 is the Angstadt Arms UDP-9, a dark horse from a company that's barely old enough to rent a car, but already schooling the big dogs. Their multidirectional performance system is a masterclass in recoil management. A short-stroke bolt pairs with angled geometry and dual recoil springs to soak up energy in every direction except your shoulder. The 8-inch match-grade barrel wears 5R rifling that turns even budget ammo into tack-driving groups. The trigger is a flat-faced, 2-stage unit that breaks at 2.5 pounds and resets faster than you can say follow-up shot. The upper and lower are billet aluminum. The handguard is slimline MLK, and the whole gun weighs 5.5 pounds dripping wet. At $1,600 it's not entry-level, but every time I take it to the range, heads turn when the timer beeps and the plates are already down. The company is still proving long-term durability, but every UDP-9 I've seen has run thousands of rounds without a single malfunction. If you want the cutting edge of PCC evolution in a package that's stupid accurate, stupid light, and stupid fun, the Angstadt Arms UDP-9 is the undisputed king of 2025. There you have it. 10 PCCs that cover every budget and mission in 2025. From the high point that refuses to die to the Angstadt that shoots like a laser, the market has never been this stacked. Drop a comment and tell me which one you'd grab first, or if I missed your personal favorite. I'm always down to talk shop. If this helped you narrow down your next build, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you're first in line for the next deep dive. Until then, stay safe, keep training, and we'll see you on the range.